What's up, you guys? SlimXTeamSymmetry here to bring you guys just a quick little video. As you guys can see, back from Worlds 2013, who was in Las Vegas. This is just kind of a recap video of everything that went on last weekend. It was definitely one of the best vacations, best trips I've taken for this game in a really long time. I think, despite the fact that it was Vegas, it was just, the fact that this is the first, and it might be the only time that we get to go to the World Championship for the fact that it's usually, in Japan, and that's something that has, hindered a lot of players from going because, no one really wants to fly all the way out to Japan just to watch the World Championship unless you're participating. This time, though, it being closer to the majority of us, we were able to fly out or drive out depending on how you got there. I think that's something that really attracted the good crowd we had there. I would guess we had about maybe 600 to 700 people. Maybe it was less, maybe it was more. I'm not 100% sure. People were all around the venue, but it was just an overall great trip, and I just wanted to just do a little recap of it. So for the first things, this is my Las Vegas hat that my friend Irish, shout out to you Irish, he got me this. He texted me and showed me a picture of this place. They went out, I don't even know if it was on the strip or if it was past the strip of Vegas somewhere, and they saw these, and he asked me if I wanted them. I'm like, yes, definitely, and he needed something that matched what I had for the day, so he was able to get me this. So, it was just great having a Las Vegas hat and getting to wear that for the rest of the trip. So I was fortunate because I didn't have a Las Vegas hat. Of all the hats I own, I didn't have one of those, but now I do, so that was really cool. So thank you, Irish, for getting me this. The trip was really cool. I got there Thursday. I flew out. I got there about 12:30 in the afternoon, and I just stayed with some really good friends for one night, and then eventually stayed at Bally's Hotel for the rest of the duration of the event. It was really convenient being there because literally you just took the elevator downstairs and you were right there, and if you could avoid, all the slot machines, all the casinos, all the drinking, you just get straight to the straight to where the event was being held. I really enjoyed the trip because it was just, just a great feeling to be out there in Vegas and just have, a really good time with everybody. And it was great, to see a lot of people. Kiko was there. My little sister made it. Starshake Duelist X made it there. It was great to see her. Haven't seen her in ages. It was great to see her. She got a lot of videos as well as myself. Inch95 was there. Alex and I collaborated all weekend, as you guys have seen on both of our channels. We have profiles for you guys. I want to say the hardest profile I think I've ever had to get, the hardest profile ever in the whole time I've been doing these videos for you guys, was definitely the winner, Xian Wang from Taiwan, because for the most part, you guys already know he didn't speak English at all, and that was the hardest thing. He also had a translator, and it was because of Ben Levert's mom, Allison, big, just gigantic shout out and thank you to you. I don't know if you watch my videos, but hopefully someone will relay the message back to her. It was because of her that I was able to get that profile. Alex and I were able to get that live interview with the translator, as you guys saw. That's never been done before. I've never seen anything to the caliber of that on YouTube before, so that was just a great feeling to be able to, even though it was just a Dragon Ruler deck list, was the fact that we got to hear it from the winner himself and have it translated for us. I thought that was, just amazing. That's never been done before, and it was, like I said, a great feeling to get that done for you guys. Alex and I were the only ones I know, along with some other channels, that got it. I know a lot of channels were writing down the list, but we busted out our cameras and said, what, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, we got to get this done. So I was glad that we were able to get that done. Along with other deck profiles, you guys saw the top 8 finish by Aaron, Rapture, the Rapture's coming, Riker, him and his Dragon Rulers. I heard from a lot of players, including the players that were in the World Tournament, they really thought he was going to win the entire thing. They said he's definitely the best Dragon player there, one of the best Dragon players in all the world, and he did lose, unfortunately, to the fellow U.S. player who made second, David Keener, with Spellbooks. So that was, it sucks when the U.S. has to play each other. The same happened in the Dragon Duels where Oliver had to play Ben. And, two really good players having to go against each other, that really sucks. But, that's unfortunately how the pairings ended up. One of them finishing first after Swiss, one finishing 8th, and then making them play each other. It sucks, but, that's how the game goes. Big congratulations to Oliver, to Maiko for winning for the U.S., being our U.S. Dragon Duel champion. It's great to see the USA bring it home in that category. And, a big shout out to David Keener making it all the way to 2nd place. A lot of people didn't even know who he was. A lot of people did not pay attention to Nationals. They were only focusing on the players that they knew of, and they were completely thinking Dragon Ruler was going to dominate the entire event, which it truly did. There was the majority Dragon Ruler. There were 26 players, I believe, and I think at least 18 to 20 of them were running Dragon Rulers. I believe there was one anti-meta stun. I don't know who the player was that was running it. I don't know if anyone got the deck list. I did not get the deck list. These deck lists were extremely hard to get, you guys. If they weren't from the US, it was very hard to get them for the fact that, number one, they probably didn't speak that much English, and it was hard to get them if you weren't constantly around and like literally waiting for them to lose, which, you know, sounds terrible, but a lot of people would probably do that if they really wanted the profiles. But I'm sure the list will be up somewhere on a website. Every year the World Championship has a site that releases the deck list. I'm not sure what it is, but if I ever find it, I'll put it in the description below if I ever do find it. That was just one thing that I noticed. It was a lot harder to get those profiles, but I was glad to get Aaron's profile. My friend Tim hooked it up, so shout out to you, Tim. Tim hooked it up for me being able to get that, and Inch was able to get Michael Gruner from Germany's profile. We both uploaded that last night, so I hope you guys enjoyed that one. I know a lot of people were saying the same thing, you know, oh, it's Dragon Rulers, oh, I'm so tired of seeing this deck, blah, blah, blah. You guys, like, the real thing is that that was the best deck going into the World Championship. That was the deck that everyone was playing if they weren't playing spellbooks, and that's how basically, you know, how everything panned out is that everyone was playing Dragon Rulers. You know, Dragon Rulers dominated, like, completely dominated the entire tournament. They've dominated since they came out, and now with this supposed ban list coming out, you know, the deck might not be anymore. The deck may still be playable, but it'll never be to the caliber that it was at this last event, so that's definitely something that I found just kind of sentimental for the deck, so... pretty much that is all I have to say on it being like the majority Dragon Rulers. But, you know, outside of the profiles, there was a lot of other cool stuff. If you guys have heard other reflections from other channels, I got to see Galactigod, I got to see a lot, Brain Free Lasers, I got to see a lot of other channels that came through, Comic Freak for Life. A lot of players came through, and a lot of people were having fun, like day one, like myself. We were playing the carnival games. The carnival games were dope. I liked the carnival games. They were the beanbag toss, basketball, bingo. You could do giant dueling where you dueled with these cards that were like huge, and there were a lot of just cool activities. A lot of us were just trying to, you know, you had to get this sheet that you had to fill out. You had to get 15 stamps, and 15 stamps would get you a prophecy mat. If you had 5 stamps, you get yourself a pack of World Championships qualifier sleeves, and if you got, I believe, an additional 10 or something, you could get a structure deck, the Atlantean structure deck mat. You know, a lot of people didn't realize that these were really only limited to while the supplies last, and I knew for myself that I wanted the prophecy mat, so, you know, I went in there and, you know, I did the beanbag. I did the basketball once. Kiko got it on record, I think. Damn it, Kiko. I haven't played basketball in years. My form sucked, but I got 2 out of 3 shots. You know, I didn't like my form, but, you know, I'm not going to worry about it. The clip he did get, though, because I saw it in his preview, was the one where I missed. It figures he'd get the one where I missed, but anyways, that was really cool. You got 2 stamps for that, 1 for participating, but the main one was the beanbag, and we literally, like, the majority of us just stood in line over and over and over again trying to go through the beanbag line. I had only one time I got all 3, and you only got 3 shots. I had one time I literally got all 3, and I literally, like, jumped for joy like some maniac, because I was like, yes, I finished, you know, time to go get my mat. So, in case people were wondering, the prophecy mat was the one from the regional 2013 mat. I thought it was pretty cool. You know, just a souvenir. I keep these mats as souvenirs. I have a lot of mats. I have a lot more mats than people think, and I just keep them as souvenirs. You'll see me every once in a while do deck profiles on them, so that's why I like to keep them. And then eventually I did go back and get my World Championship sleeves, the 80 pack of sleeves. So those are my prizes. Unfortunately, they sold out everything else. I wasn't able to get my structure deck mat. Someone offered to sell it to me. I didn't want to buy it, though. I wanted to earn it. You know, I wanted to play and I wanted to win. Whether it was throwing damn beanbag through a hole or it was shooting hoops or something, you know, I wanted to earn it. And, you know, I just couldn't get it because they sold out. But I'm glad I got the prophecy mat. I'm glad I got the sleeves. You know, it was basically free stuff. And, I mean, who doesn't like free stuff, like, straight up? So that was really cool. Other things that happened, I mean, it was Vegas. We can't say too much. A lot of drinking, a lot of gambling, a lot of, you know, fun times. So, you know, that's just bonus. But for myself, I felt it was kind of like a mulligan trip. I don't really count it as a real trip to Vegas because, you know, all the things you wanted to do, you know, Saturday and Sunday, you know, were taken up by the World Championship. But, you know, definitely wouldn't trade that for anything in the world. But overall, you know, I had a great experience. It was good to see everybody. I know a lot of people got mad at me. A lot of people got mad at me at the event because I literally was like everywhere, and I mean everywhere. I was in and out of the hotel having to do stuff. Phone charger broke while I was out there, and I had to go buy a replacement. The replacement broke. I had to return it. I had to do a bunch of crazy shit, and literally, like, I was on and off of my phone, like, all day. It died, and I couldn't talk to people, and people tried to get in contact with me, and, you know, I was just never around, but, you know, you know, I apologize for that, but I mean, now my phone's back in working order with a good charger, so thank God for that. Other cool things that happened, we went to Gordon Ramsay's, the steak and grill, twice. It was amazing. You guys will see the pictures on Facebook. They have like the best steak around, and they had this loaded baked potato that was literally like probably like a pound or two just by itself. It was just amazing, and it was just, you know, just delicious. Also went to Caesar's Buffet, the one in Caesar's Palace. It was $55 a freaking person. Like, literally, I was like, are you serious? You're making me spend $55? And I was like, thank God, you know, I came hungry, because I literally had 6 plates of food, and it was just amazing. They had prime rib, lamb chops, you name it, they had it. They had make your own taco. They had their own, like, make your own tacos, and they were, you know, they weren't the, like, the crunchy tacos from Taco Bell. They were like the thin tortilla, which is like everything, carne asada, guacamole, everything was just so delicious. And, you know, it was definitely worth it. You know, I got my money's worth, because I'm not about to drop $55 and not get my money's worth, especially when it comes to food. So that was awesome. Great food, great people, great company. And I think like the craziest thing is the drinks that we had out there. Like one drink in particular were the Fat Tuesday drinks. I'm actually going to show you guys the thing I brought home. I'm actually going to go get it. I'll probably like edit this video a little bit and go get it, because I got this thing. It's 100 ounces. I called it my 100-ounce baby. It's literally 100 ounces of God knows what. There was rum, vodka, you name it, and it was just, you know, just straight up delicious. You don't even taste it. It was like a slushy. To me, it felt like a bitch drink, but it was like, you know, it was just so good. You know, like straight up, it was just so good. It was so hot out there. It was over 100 degrees, and you know, now being back here in Cali, you know, this so-called heat is absolutely nothing. I find this kind of ridiculous compared to what it was like in Vegas. So that's one thing about Vegas. You last out there a couple days, you'll be able to handle the heat anywhere, because it is like a desert out there, like straight up. But yeah, I got this 100-ounce giant like glass, and I literally brought it with me from the hotel, through the cab, through security check, through two airplanes. I had 2 airplanes I had to catch. I had to catch one from Vegas to LA, and then I had a little bit of layover, but I didn't even get to have that layover. The planes were late, and I literally had to run through the LAX terminal with my 2 bags and my giant ass Fat Tuesday bottle. You know, everyone's staring at me like, what the hell is that thing? Or like, God, this kid's an alcoholic, you know, all this other crazy shit. And I literally got it through, and I asked the stewardess, and they were able to store it for me on both planes. So I got it home, because I was not about to leave Vegas without that thing, because, you know, that was a great souvenir. But yeah, that was basically the whole like gist of my trip in a nutshell. You know, the days at Bally's, I stayed with my friend Ellis and Johnny Nagels. You know, shout out to you guys. You guys are awesome. Got to hang out with Billy. Got to hang out with Pat. Got to hang out with everybody that was there. You know, I just had a amazing time. And I'm glad for the videos we were able to get. I think people expected a lot more, but seriously, like, you guys have no idea how strict they were. I watched people get their cameras confiscated left and right and get thrown out of the event. Like, straight up, they were not messing around this event. And, you know, that's one thing that everyone should be careful of, is that when they say no recording in there, and they have signs everywhere, and, like, they have security and everything, like, straight up, you know, you can try and be smart, and you can be like, oh yeah, I'm going to record, they're not going to notice. Oh, they notice, trust me, they notice. And I just was very careful with what I did, but I'm glad that because of certain people, especially Allison, we were able to get the winner's profile. That really meant a lot to me, and it meant a lot to Alex and everyone else that let us record. Oliver, thank you for letting us come to your hotel and record. Alex and I were able to do that. My little sister also got Oliver like right after he won, so that was, you know, just great. Everyone got a good profile from him and just from everyone else. And, you know, if there's any more profiles, you know, they are circulating throughout YouTube. I'm sure they will eventually pop up. I know I talked to David Keener for a little bit. He said he was going to do his own profile like he did when he got second place in nationals. So he's going to upload that on his channel, wherever that may be. And that's basically like how the whole weekend went. You know, big shout outs to everyone that, you know, made it to Worlds for the US. You know, Pat, Keener, Robert Boyajian, Riker, Leon, and no, sorry, and everyone else. You know, you guys just did, you know, a great, you know, really great job. You guys should be really proud, especially for the US, because we really just wanted to bring it home, and we tried. You know, we tried. It's Steve Silverman. That's who I forgot. My bad. That's who I forgot. But we really wanted to bring it home, and we came very, very close. But you guys saw how the finals went down. Like, straight up, he drew the nuts. Card destruction is the nuts. Like, card destruction in Dark World is broken. Card destruction won Worlds. Like, literally, card destruction into the boom boom ha. I know you guys have seen that. I know there's like a meme everywhere, but I mean, that was just like the dopest moment ever when he was just like ha. He's like, I got this game. and that's just that's how the game goes sometimes. But we're on to a new season, we're on to a new ban list, and I couldn't be more than excited. A lot of people have been asking me, am I going to start playing a little bit more competitively now? The answer is yes, yes, and yes. I've actually been working the last couple of days, like trying to figure out what decks I want to use based on the list, since I will probably be putting dragons down. It's not that I don't like the deck, I don't want to play any more mirror matches. Like straight up, I'm sick of mirror matches with that deck. I'm sick of playing against Prophecy with that deck. And if both of those decks are going down or slowing down, I want to play something new. I want to play something I enjoy. I did get to play a couple subscribers. I did play them with Dark World, so I'm sorry to everyone who played me. I got one loss the entire time. I played against Constellars, and I was speeding through the game, and I ended up just like drawing like way too many cards, and I misplayed at like one point. But outside of that, like everyone played me with Dark World, and it was kind of funny because most people are like, "Oh, I hate you so much. Why are you using Dark World?" But my subs, you guys are the best. You guys are like, "Yes, you're not using dragons. Yes, you're using something you love." And that was the whole point, is that I brought both decks with me. If I did do side events, I was gonna play dragons. If I played subs for fun, I was gonna bring Dark World. So that was great to be able to use that deck again. I know Dark World Mofo and a lot of other Dark World players are going to try and revamp Dark World as soon as the format comes to fruition September 1st. So really looking forward to that. And also with the list being released in a couple days, I know it's going to be just hopefully a better format, and I hope that everyone enjoys it. But anyways, that's my whole Worlds recap in a nutshell. Comment below if I met you, comment below if I signed anything, if we hung out or anything, because it was just a crazy trip, and I hope that everyone had a great experience. Once again, shout out to my little sister, so great to see you. Shout out to Inch95, Galactic God, Brain Free Lasers, everyone that was there, everyone that wasn't there, we missed you. Kiko, we're glad you were there. We're glad everyone was there. And to those of you that are not, hopefully you will be next year, and we'll see you at other future events. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thumbs it up, leave your thoughts below, and you guys know my next video will be about the list as soon as it becomes 100% accurate. But patience, you guys, because patience is a virtue. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thumbs it up. Thank you for watching. One last thing, you guys. This is the craziness that was the 100-ounce Fat Tuesday drink. Thing's like 3 feet tall. Thing is crazy. This is what I literally chucked through the freaking security. I still got the straw and everything. Chucked through the security. When you got this thing, you just threw it over your shoulder or whatever. You had a good time. This thing was filled. As you guys can see, Fat Tuesday, Las Vegas. It tells you exactly where you can get them. There are only certain spots you can get them. And I was just so happy we got it. In case we were wondering, this was $36 freaking dollars. $36 freaking dollars for this thing. But it was so worth every penny. And then if you were crazy enough to get it refilled, it just made the party even better. But anyways, yeah, that was this thing. This thing was awesome, and yeah, this thing is awesome. I'm gonna use this very soon, and I'm just happy I got to bring it home. This was definitely the best souvenir, along with my hat. So yeah, that's all I wanted to show you guys.